According to a famous Dai, he said in one lecture that when infants die, they will not be going straight to Jannah, rather they will be tested on the last day. So is it true? As far as children who die, will they go to Jannah? It can be divided into two scenarios. Children which are born to Muslim parents and children which are born to non-Muslim parents. As far as children which are born to Muslim parents, if they die, there is a unanimous consensus of all the scholars that inshallah they'll go to Jannah. Based on the hadith of the Prophet, which is there in Sunan Nasa'i, volume number 4, where it says that the pen is lifted from 3 persons. The hadith of the beloved Prophet Sunan Nasa'i, volume number 4, hadith number 3462, that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that the pen is lifted from 3 persons. A person who's sleeping until he wakes up, a person who is a minor until he becomes an adult, and a person who is insane until he gets sanity. So the Prophet said in this hadith that the pen is lifted. That means the person will not be accountable. A person who is sleeping until he gets up, a person who is a child or a minor until he becomes an adult, and the third is a person who is insane until he regains his sanity. So based on this hadith, there is unanimous consensus that if a child is born to a Muslim parent and if he dies, inshallah he'll go to Jannah. And this is the view of most of the scholars, almost all the scholars, Imam Ibn Hanbal, Imam An-Nawawi, then Ibn Kathir, Qurtubi, all of them unanimously agree that if a child who is born to a Muslim parent dies, he'll go to Jannah. As far as a child who's born to a non-Muslim parent is concerned, there are 3 options. One says they'll go to hell, which is a wrong opinion, totally wrong. The other 2 are the more authentic opinion. One opinion says that even if they are born to non-Muslim parents, if a child dies, he will go to Jannah. And the last opinion is that if a child born to a non-Muslim parent dies, on the day of judgment he'll be tested, and based on that, if he passes the test, he'll be put to Jannah. And this last opinion is also favored by Shaykhul Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. So basically the 2 group authentic opinions are, one is that even if a non-Muslim has a child and the child is born to a non-Muslim parent, based on the same hadith of Sunan An-Nasa'i, volume 4, hadith number 3462, it says that the Prophet said that the pen is lifted on 3 persons: the person who sleeps until he wakes up, a person who is a minor until he becomes an adult, and a person who is insane until he gets sanity. So one group of scholars say this is valid even for non-Muslim children. So if a child dies, he will go to Jannah. Whereas the other group says that he will be tested on the day of judgment and then put in Jannah.